Hi guys, welcome to Palace of the Core. My name is Stephen Dawes. Thank you for joining me. Right, the game, Chelsea against Crystal Palace. Now, I said in my preview that this was going to be a tough game. I really did believe that it would be a tough game, and indeed it was. But it was a game that I felt we dug in really well, actually. Right, so talking about the team lineup, there was lots of speculation that Eze didn't want to play, or had asked not to play because his head wasn't quite right. And there was lots of speculation about it. Someone asked me, is he playing or not? And I was like, there's lots of speculation about it, but until they say officially, we just don't know. But he did play. He was on the team sheet. And the only person who wasn't, of course, was Daichi Kamada, who still got this injury. So Will Hughes came in for him. Apart from that, it was a very similar side to what we've been playing recently. And yeah, I thought it was going to be a tough game. You got Chelsea off the back of their Club World Cup win, and they were flying high. Got in some new players, very good players who've just come in, and so I thought it would be a tough game, and it was. First half in particular, I felt that we were working really hard. I felt Chelsea did try to get down our lines and to try and get things happening for us. But actually, first half, Dean Henderson didn't have a huge amount to do. He had a couple of catches and things like that, but he didn't have a huge amount to do first half. And I felt that we did try to do a couple of things ourselves as well, try to create some chances, which was good to see. But mainly we were trying to hit them on the counter-attack, which is something which we tend to do against teams that are perhaps the big six and stuff like that. We know we're not going to get a huge amount of possession, so we just try to get them on the break. And we did a few times. And it was actually in that first half that the goal happened from Eze. It was a foul on the outside of the box, and Eze put his foot through it, and it went into the back of the net, which we all thought was fantastic. But then the referee, or VAR first of all, but then the referee disallowed the goal because they said that Guéhi, who was next to the Chelsea wall, had pushed into the Chelsea wall and was no longer a metre away from it when the ball came in. Now, this was something I haven't heard of before, but that doesn't necessarily mean it isn't true. But a couple of other pundits have said they hadn't heard of this Rule 13. And so it looks like it's something that maybe they're trying to install, trying to touch down on this year, trying to get it sorted out this year. I don't know, but it seemed a very odd rule to myself anyway. But the goal was disallowed, which was very disappointing. And I felt at that point that that was probably as good as we were going to get, and it pretty much was in that first half anyway. Second half, we came out and we were a little bit more under the cosh in the second half. I noticed that we weren't quite as going forward as much as we had done before. Chelsea were pushing us back a little bit further each time. We were starting to get a little bit too deep, but we did manage to recover and start to push up a little bit more, which I felt was good. But Chelsea certainly had a few more opportunities in that second half, and Dean Henderson had to make a couple of good parries away to keep it a clean sheet. And I felt that we worked incredibly hard as a whole team. We were working as a unit, pushing up as a unit, closing down as a unit. Chelsea were bringing on their new upcoming stars, and we were dealing with them as we had done before. So I felt that overall it was a good game for us, and I actually predicted a draw, which is absolutely something that's turned out right, which is fantastic. But yeah, I actually felt that we worked incredibly hard. It wasn't going to be one of those games where we were going to have loads of possession and create loads of chances. It was always going to be a bit of a hang-on, but we managed to get a point out of it. And I think against the Club World Cup champions, against the Chelsea side, which has got some good new players coming in, I thought that was a good result for us, to be fair. We worked incredibly hard for it as well. So from that point of view, I think we actually did a good job. Now, in terms of the individuals, I felt that everyone played really quite well. Will Smith then. Will Hughes, who was in the middle, he played well. I thought he tried to break up the play really well. Adam Walton had a great game. He was put through some lovely balls into the box for us, and was pinging the ball about really well. I think Sarr tried really hard. Eze tried really hard. He was trying to run with the ball, and obviously did that amazing free kick as well. He worked really hard. He didn't play the whole game, but he did play into the second half, and I just felt that overall we did a good job. Now, of course, this is our first game of the season, and so to come away with a draw against Chelsea, I think, is a good result. There was a bit of controversy after the game when Oliver Glasner looked like he was trying to get the attention of Marc Guéhi as he was on the pitch. Marc Guéhi appeared to blank him and walk off. Now, if you look at the video, and there is a clip going around somewhere, Oliver Glasner then goes up to Mateta and kind of it looks like he's asking what's wrong with Marc Guéhi. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean there's anything wrong between Oliver Glasner and Marc Guéhi. Marc Guéhi might just have been upset that the goal wasn't allowed. There was also an incident later which he thought was a foul, and the referee didn't give it, so it might have been that he was just a little bit miffed at the whole situation against that game, and just had a bit of a head on him that he didn't want to talk to anybody. But of course, all the papers are saying that this means he's definitely going to be going. Now, I do believe he will go. I think he will go. The odds are Liverpool. I do think he will go, but I don't think it's necessarily going to be straight away. I think it's going to take a little bit of negotiations. As for Eze, I mean, it depends who you read. Some say he's going to Arsenal, some say he's going to Tottenham. So it's anyone's guess, really. I think it would be probably easier for him to go to Tottenham, perhaps, because he wants to stay in London, obviously, as he would do with Arsenal. But I think the way it's going, it looks like it's probably going to be Tottenham. But let me know down in the comment section what you think, both about the game, about what happened with Guéhi after the game, and also where you think either of these players will end up. Do you think that they will go? Do you think that they'll go to? Do you think Guéhi will go to Liverpool? And do you think that Eze, where will he go? Tottenham or Arsenal? I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section as always. As always, please do subscribe if you've got this far to help support the channel. And I'll see you next time.